Welcome back. The holiday season is upon us and it is closing in quick. Are you ready? Probably not. I get it. We're all going through it, but we are going to get ready. We know moms carry a lot of the stress, the planning, the organizing, the parties, the gifts. That's just the beginning. That's just for your family. What about for friends and close family? But fear not, okay? Because we are here to make sure that you not only survive, but thrive this holiday season. So here to help is mom of 8 and Indianapolis Moms contributor Amanda Hauser. Amanda, I love when you come because I feel like I'm getting a crash course on motherhood and all things of running a household, which I like. I'm kind of into all this stuff, like how you're making the house more festive, how you're keeping up with all the kids' traditions, things of that sort. So I'm glad you're here because I feel like you could hold my hand through this.
Oh, this is the season where I shine. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes. Well, that's why you're here, because you shine during the season. So I know it could be an unpopular opinion, but you got to talk and you got to reach for the joy amidst all the holiday chaos. Is that possible?
Oh, yes, it's 100% possible.
Okay.
Because here's my mantra. You really need to seek out what gives you energy and eliminate what depletes it. A lot of what is chaotic and stressful about the holidays is like this pressure that we put on ourselves to meet expectations. And who's putting it on us?
That's true.
We are, right? So
and sometimes family, but mainly us. Mainly it's our fault.
Right, mainly it is. And part of eliminating that holiday overwhelm is reducing the controllable stress, right?
Okay.
The stuff that we put on ourselves.
Like, what's an example? What's something that you think we put on ourselves that's ridiculous?
Oh, like I need to serve every meal on holiday china, and it needs to have all of the sides and all of the courses and all of the things. That's an unrealistic expectation that we put on ourselves. And we're going to talk about some of those tips coming up, how we can reduce that stress. And it all begins with organization.
Okay, well, let's dive right in. So you're saying organization. You just mentioned meals. Obviously, that's one of the things. I feel like, I would say back in the day, it used to be more of a potluck themed. I guess I want to say like other relatives chimed in and everybody helped everybody together. Somebody brought something, somebody else brought something. So it's not all on one family or household or mom to cook everything. And then look at the cost of everything. You kind of need everybody to chip in.
Oh my gosh. And so let's just reverse engineer that whole idea about meals. I'm going to take it back a couple steps.
Okay.
First, we need to organize our holiday because so much of our stress is psychological, and the way to get rid of that psychological stress is to just reduce the brain clutter. We are trying to keep, metaphorically, about 50 tabs open in our brain all the time. Our brains are like supercomputers. What happens when you keep 50 tabs open on your screen?
It doesn't run right.
Right? Like your processor slows down.
Yes.
You literally get brain fog. So the very first thing that you need to do is reduce your brain clutter. Get it on paper. If you don't want to put it on paper, next step, I keep a Google Sheet. So it has multiple tabs, and we'll talk about that too.
I love it.
I keep the same Google Sheet. I reuse it every year. Why?
Okay, you got to send me this Google Sheet.
Girl, I've got you. I got you. So
I got to see this.
One of my tabs on my Google Sheet is meals. And what I do is I plan, and I know you might think this is a little over the top, but from Thanksgiving all the way through December 25th, I look at my calendar. What do I have going on? What are the mom and dad holidays, the grandparent holidays, the aunts, the uncles, the school activities? I plan my meals from Thanksgiving through December.
Okay. Well, let me back your back up here because this is going far. So it's clearly you're a type A person.
Clearly.
I am not a type A person at all. But I want to find the value in here. So what meals are you planning? Are you planning dinner for your family? Are you planning your meal prep so that you stay halfway close to your diet? Like
That's brilliant. I don't have that meal prep tab,
okay.
but maybe I need to add that.
I don't want to add anything else to your tabs. Wait, so what are you planning?
So I look at my family meals, which are primarily the evening meals because my kids are in school, my husband's working, I'm working, breakfast is kind of catch as catch can.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the evening meals. And obviously there are some biggies. Thanksgiving, it's a biggie. For us, Christmas Eve is a big one, Christmas Day is a big one. So those are more of elaborate meal prepping opportunities.
Okay.
But, and we can talk about this when we talk kind of about traditions too, but I do like to kind of have some fun thematic meals sprinkled in throughout December. We'll have like, Grinch night and Rudolph night where we have some
fun.
thematic food. The kids love it and it brings so much joy, and it's not fancy. It's just super simple, like Buddy the Elf spaghetti.
Yeah.
So we just look at our calendar and think, okay, what nights are we really busy? We need easy meals those nights. What are some other easy functional steps that we can take to just keep the ball rolling throughout the holiday season? What the real gift is when you meal plan, you can use that same meal plan every year.
So you're still
you do it once
yeah.
and it's done. And then you can take that meal plan, load it into your little grocery cart online, go pick up your groceries, and it's all done. And think about what psychological brain fog you are reducing by not thinking about meals every day.
Yeah.
That is a huge
I got
opener.
details. I need details. So how often are you going to the grocery store? Are you going once a week?
I go once a week. I do. It's
okay.
part of
I do
my
too.
It's part of my Sunday ritual. I always fill my cart in the morning. I always do grocery pickup because I don't want to forget that one darn thing that you always forget when you go to the store.
I always go with a list.
Right?
Always.
Even with a list, I forget. So I always do online shopping. I get the best sales that way, upload my coupons that way.
Yeah,
and then
I do that a lot.
It saves me so much time if I can sit there with my morning coffee and order it, and then that evening I can go pick it up. So that's part of my Sunday ritual is ordering the groceries for the week. I can get my fresh fruits and veggies that way too.
Okay, and then Grinch night is Friday,
Yep.
so let me get, I don't know, some peppermint sticks and chocolate. I don't know, whatever Grinch does.
Green pancakes.
Okay, see, she has her list. Green pancakes, mind blown. Psh. Okay, food coloring.
Yeah, yep.
All right, let's talk about gifts. How are you planning that? Because, you have all the relatives and then you got the friends of the friends. Don't let it be a December birthday. I'm a December baby. Because now you got to you got your own kids and then you might have like the kid's best friend or something like that.
Right.
So how do you do that?
Well, give yourself the gift of another tab on your spreadsheet.
Okay.
I literally keep a list of who all I need to get gifts for. And then I am a year-round shopper. Christmas in July is a real thing for me.
Okay.
Partially because financially speaking, it's so much more effective to shop out of season. If I know that my kids need winter coats, I might as well buy them in June or July when they're 75% off, right?
This makes so much sense.
So I buy throughout the year, and you know how all of us have that tendency to like buy and shove in the closet and forget.
Yes.
So keep your spreadsheet going all year round. As I buy and shove, I enter it into my spreadsheet so that when December rolls around, I can open that tab, see where my holes and gaps are.
Yes.
I also do a lot of after Christmas shopping. It's when I get my teacher gifts for the next year, the bus driver gifts, the neighbor gifts, all of those little things that you tend to forget.
Yes, I was literally just thinking like, his daycare teachers need a little something, I'm like, okay, already thinking, what can I get them?
Right, and then so when you are out and about, you might be at a holiday festival or a craft bazaar or something, it's really easy to just kind of keep that in the back of your brain, check it on your phone. Need the bus driver gift, and you can pick something up and add it to your.
Do you all hear her? I mean, my goodness, she has 8 children. So imagine trying to buy, I don't know, let's just say 8 coats in December.
Right.
It's too much at one time.
It's too much.
It's too much at one time. So you have to spread it out. So if you are a mom of multiples, or if you're a family of 4, I mean, it still makes sense to kind of spread it out. Don't put it all, if you can afford to, don't put it all in one month.
Right. It's easier to afford if you put it all into one month. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's another tab.
Okay, events. How are you keeping tracks of those? I just mentioned the birthday parties.
Right.
So,
how many get-togethers do we have in the month of December alone?
And then how many do you need to go to?
Right.
And then how many do you need to just be like, I can't make it? How does that work with a family of 8? Because you guys can't just show up everywhere without people knowing.
That's right.
I need to know if
we're
the family
a big
8.
surprise.
I need to know if 8 is coming over. Because you instantly take my party from a party of 10 to 18. That's a big difference. Yes, you can.
Right. We really prioritize our time, right? Because it's so limited. Time is a resource that is finite, and we only have so much of it. So prioritize. To be completely honest, we don't all go very many places. There are there's the 4th grade holiday party and the 2nd grade holiday. We do some dividing and conquering, but there are some big events that we all like to do. We all want to come down to see the circle of lights. We all,
Nice.
So that's another one that we reverse engineer.
Okay.
So on my events tab, I know when those tickets come out, and I put reminders in my phone, because inevitably there will be a moment where you wanted to get an RSVP or tickets to an event, and then you go to the website, and what happens? Sold out for all the dates you want.
Especially around here, because this is such a kid-focused area, a kid-centric area. It's the Midwest, so it's like a lot of family stuff.
Right.
People are into it.
Oh, one of them.
This is why. She's bringing her 8 kids.
I'm the one you can't get tickets somewhere.
I love it.
I'm the reason. So yeah, I also reverse engineer that. So I know the dates that tickets come out. I know the dates of the events. I put that in the spreadsheet, but the important part is actually taking the next step, putting it in your phone.
Okay.
And then set those reminders.
Okay, there you go. Also, shopping. We kind of touched on it a little bit when we talked about gifts, but what else would you be shopping for?
I know that there are certain stores that have holiday sales that I don't want to miss. There's like some athletic clothing brands that I know only go on sale like once or twice a year. And so I want to make sure that I hit those if I need a certain pair of sneakers or whatnot. So I do, as I go through the mail every day and you look at those holiday flyers and those magazines and they're like, oh, don't forget September, whatever.
Yeah.
I will shop early in September and hit those sales.
And that's such a good time, because September's Labor Day, and then, now you're talking about Veterans Day, and then you're talking about Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Like, you really have to kind of get an idea of what these brands are doing.
Right, and you can really save some good money. I mean, especially with a large family, that's really important for us.
Yeah, and I like what you talked about after Christmas too. Do not sleep on after Christmas. I love that.
That is my bonus trick. My husband and I always joke, like, that is our most favorite day. On December 26th, we're not sleeping in. We get up and we get out and we enjoy those sales, because you can get some serious deals the day after Christmas.
I love it. Okay, she was saying also to evaluate and eliminate. So what does that mean?
Okay, so when you are going bongos during the holiday, first you need to ask yourself, what's worth my time?
Okay.
What's worth my money? So what's worth my money? Then that might mean that you outsource something, that if it's worth it to you, have your holiday dinner catered. If it is more valuable, if your time is more valuable than your money, outsource.
Yes.
If it's the other way, what can you do for do it yourself? So kind of have in mind what it is that you value most, or what you have more of at this given time. Maybe you have more time than you have money, or vice versa, and then you can make those holiday decisions accordingly.
And maybe it needs to be a scaled down thing, as people know. Not everything is about, especially right now with the inflation. Maybe it's not the turkey sit down dinner. Maybe it's, hey, how about we slide it? Come over for dessert.
Right.
And then maybe you're doing like a dessert bar or something, and everybody can bring a little dessert. That could help.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then the eliminate part of that is, what can you do ahead of time to eliminate holiday stress and overwhelm? So we're talking like right now, weekend projects. Can you get the car in the garage? If you have company, if you have company coming over, your driveway is going to look like Tetris, trying to get everybody in and out.
Yeah.
So can you get your own car in your garage? Your pantry.
That means clean it out. Get rid of some of those boxes, people.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
Right. Yeah. No. Your pantry. I mean, do you have expired things sitting on the shelf?
We all do.
We all do. So get rid of what's expired, stock up on what you need. Same with your refrigerator, clean out your refrigerator, cleaning out your closets. I mean, donate old or unwanted or unused toys and clothing during this time. So really reduce the clutter. If you reduce physical clutter, you are reducing mental clutter.
Yes, you are. This is all about working smarter, not harder.
Right. Number one trick of working smarter, not harder, paper plates. It's like the hidden secret of the holidays. I mentioned before, I love to put out my holiday china.
Yeah.
But I also don't love running my dishwasher 8 times a day.
Yeah.
Right? So
look at all these people you have.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, and honestly, a lot of people are kind of relaxed. I mean, when I'm going to someone's house, I actually ask, where's your paper plates?
Right.
Maybe you all are fancier than I am, so excuse me. But I usually don't go for their actual dish. I'm like, oh no, I don't need that. I'm not going to add to what you're washing. Where's your cup? Where's the plate? Like, I'm not going to do it.
Absolutely. So that's my number one, like, don't sleep on it trick of the holidays. My other one, I briefly mentioned.
And then they have fancier plates. sorry. I just want to say that. If you are that fancy person, you can get a fancier like paper or plastic plate.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, you can. And don't think I don't.
Got you.
The other thing I do, too, I briefly mentioned our Sunday meetings. My husband and I sit down on Sunday afternoons,
Ooh.
and we just tag team the whole week.
Oh, my gosh. Does he watch football?
Somewhat.
Okay.
We keep it on in the background.
I'm like, you want me to interrupt football for a meeting?
That's what commercials are for, right?
Okay, go ahead. Go.
So we really look at our calendar for just that week ahead. If you look too far out, you start stressing out,
That's
more
true.
brain clutter. So we just look at that week. Where do we need to delegate?
Yes.
You know, what can he do? What can I do? So we tag team. So that's part of working smarter. You know, a lot of the responsibility does somehow end up on moms, but that's a lot of the times because we don't ask and really reach out and use our resources.
Yeah.
So
Delegation.
Delegation is huge. And you know what? Our neighbors want to help.
Yeah.
Our pastors and, you know, our teammates, they want to help. So use that help and give it back.
Yes.
And give it back when you can. So that's another huge trick. Another trick for working smarter, not harder. Don't reinvent the holiday meal. Don't stress yourself out like that. You know, go with what you know. Because it is not the time to start experimenting with food that may or may not be a disaster.
Yeah.
And that is so much psychological pain you are putting yourself in, worrying whether or not this new recipe is going to work out. So stay with what you know.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, another big one, protect the magic. What are you talking about with this one?
Well, the holiday season is so magical, especially if you have children, right?
Yes.
And so the worst thing that you could do is exhaust yourself and burn out yourself to the point that you're like, I'm too tired to do any of it, forget it. It'll be fine. And so then what do? We eliminate the things that give us so much joy and give our children so much joy because we have overexerted ourselves by not reducing this brain clutter that we have. So if you want to protect that, you need to protect yourself. And that looks like breathing. You cannot be in your creative genius. You cannot access your executive functioning skills if you are in fight or flight all the time.
That's true.
So you need to breathe through it and you need to relax. And that means going to bed. You don't need to stay up all night to pull off a fantastic holiday. Go to bed. And then I challenge you, get up at 5. You know who's bothering you at 5 in the morning?
Nobody, because nobody's up at 5.
Nobody. Nobody is up at 5 but you. And that's pure magic right there. You know, so if you have a limited amount of time, where can you get the most out of that time? For me, that's early mornings because no one bothers me. But at 5 p.m., it is a circus at my house. So really look at your productivity. Protect your magic by protecting yourself.
I love it. I love it. We actually have a bonus idea. She told us not to sleep on December 26th. You already touched on that a little bit.
I do.
Okay, so what is happening at your household that we need to know about
on December 26th? Kids are at home because I've got some big kids who can watch the little kids.
Yes.
Kids stay at home. That's mom and dad's date. We deserve it.
Oh, I love that.
So we go out on a date on December 26th. We do, yes, have obnoxiously gaudy matching sweat outfits that we wear because it's all part of the fun.
Yes.
And we spend that
Well, you
day.
go together.
We go together. And we have a great time with some great coffee and great conversation. And we actually, believe it or not, start planning the next holiday season.
Really?
Absolutely. We already have in our heads kind of where we want to go for the next year and what our big plans are for the year ahead. And then a lot of those sales that I was talking about, we hit all those 50 and 75% off sales. That's when you're getting your teacher gifts. That's when you're getting, we do Advent calendar at our house.
Okay.
And so we get non-perishable goodies that we can give as Advent gifts for our children.
Yes.
The month of December, we buy those. Gift wrap that's on sale. You know, every year you ruin your holiday lights. So, you know, buying those holiday lights, we get it all, we box it all up, and then we are ready to go for the next year. But it's just a fun date day.
Yes.
For the hubby.
Where you might be able to squeeze in a couple fun errands or not.
Or
it's
not.
up to you, but to make the most of it. And usually you might, by that time, you might even have some family in town that can watch your kids or something like
absolutely.
that. It might not be a bad time to kind of sneak away. I'm thinking about it now. Interesting. Amanda, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. We have a lot more at WTHR.com/Parent Squad. Amanda wrote an article about this. You certainly want to check it out for yourself. See if you can get some more tips there. We have much more to come.